Somehow we always seem to be short on chairs around our place, whether it's sitting at home around the fire pit in the back or out camping or what have you. We're always short of chairs. And I am not a real big fan of spending the 10 or 15 bucks on the ubiquitous folding cloth chair that lasts about a season or two and then loses a rivet or gets a hole in the fabric and becomes useless. So we've been just that, short on chairs. Until I found on the interweb something called a bog chair, or a Viking chair, they say. It's supposed to be pretty inexpensive to make and pretty sturdy. So I'm going to show you how to make this chair
using these few simple hand tools
in about an hour for the cost of about $9. I went to the store and bought a 2x10 and then was quite distraught when I discovered that right here, for a pretty good length of it, is a crack, and that crack is going to reduce my amount of wood to work with to where I wouldn't be able to have the width on the base of it that I was looking for.
So I scrambled and I put together a battery of highly scientific testing to determine whether the reduced width of the wood would be okay, and I've come to the conclusion that it's going to be okay.
I'll go ahead and cut this down to a somewhat arbitrary length of 3 foot 4 inches. Now I'll mark off 12 inches for the seat. Now, since this board is split like it is, I'm going to find the middle starting from over here. So a 2x10 is 9 1/4, makes half of that 4 5/8. Now I'm going to measure what I've got left from there. I've got about 1 7/8 from here to my center. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure another 1 7/8 over here. That way I'm symmetrical and I get the very most out of my board. I'm going to cut part way in, not going past the line of where my middle part's going to be. I don't know what you call that. Post, maybe? And now, I'll rip it lengthwise. Here's what that looks like when it's all cut out. They call this part the spoon. More like a shovel to me. My spoon is too big, maybe. Okay, now I'll mark for the slot. I'm going to mark off 10 inches. Then I'm also going to mark off, let's see, 1 3/4 from that. Reason being, peg here, my post, is 1.5 inches by 3 3/4, and I want 1/4 inch of clearance all the way around so that it's not a ridiculous tight fit. Well, now it's daytime again. My family came home and it was time for an intermission. That intermission turned into dinner and bedtime. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on chiseling out this, so I called a letterbox. Well, it's just a hole. I'm going to chisel out this hole in this 2x using my new chisels. That's right, new chisels and ridiculous mallet. Well, I realized that I forgot to to do any chiseling from the other side. So when I got almost to the bottom of this, and it was tearing out the back side. So I transferred the marks from one side, from the front side, around to the back side. I then began chiseling from the other side, and now have it fairly well cleaned out. I swear I videotaped all of that, except for I forgot to press start on the video, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. Alright, now I'm going to see how my measurements went, see if my spoon thing fits through the slot. Well, how about that extra 1/4 inch, huh? Yeah. I don't know. That might be too sloppy. I may have to measure a bit more precisely for the next one. The real test will be see if it works as a chair, or if it dumps me out on the first try. Hey, that's not too bad. Really, all that work was pretty well completed inside of about an hour. Would have been much quicker had I used modern tools, like a hammer and chisel for the whole thing. And I'm of course going to spruce it up a little bit. I'm going to smooth off the edges. I'm going to take the corners off and whatnot. But that's how you build a bog chair. I appreciate you watching, guys, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Click the thumbs up if you liked it. Please click the thumbs down if you didn't like it. Leave a comment, do all that good stuff. Thanks again for watching.